What's up, social media? It's Adam, and this is my therapy session. What am I talking about today? I'm talking about my weight loss journey. And a lot of you are here who are following me. You know what I'm trying to do. I'm using this as a way to document what it is I'm doing, what I'm struggling with, what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not perfect. If I was, I wouldn't be on a weight loss journey. I would be natural, and I'm not. A lot of you have known me for many years, but nobody's really known me that long. I have been overweight and or obese since third grade, 9 years old. I'm 40 as of August. Since 9 years old, I started living with my grandmother. My grandmother fed me all kinds of foods. I mean, just to give you an idea, my lunch that I would take to school was this huge sack lunch. Had 2 sandwiches. And I don't mean one sandwich that was cut in 2. I'm talking about 2 sandwiches, a full bag of chips, not those little ones. I'm talking a family-sized bag of chips, a Ziploc bag with 2 boiled eggs in it with a salt and pepper packet, zebra cakes, those little strawberry roll-ups, a lot of Little Debbie stuff. I mean, Little Debbie was my friend back then. And, on top of all that, those little gummies, the Amazing Fruits or the Shark Bite gummies, and then she'd give me a soda and a Capri Sun. And this was every day, and that was for lunch. Then I'd come home, and she had a bad snack for me that I would eat after school. Then I'd have a bad dinner. I always had breakfast, but it wasn't very much. A lot of my calories went from lunch on. And that's how I got started, that was a very long year that I lived with my grandmother, and she gave me all of that. And so that's where I started to balloon up, because in first and second grade I was skinny, but then third grade I ballooned up and I became the big kid. And it got harder to exercise in PE, and it got harder to be that active kid. And of course, you're a kid in the 80s and 90s, you're going to play video games and eat junk food, because that's what we did. That's how we got down. Nintendo and Oreos, forget it. That was my Saturday. And so I was always the big kid. And then when I moved back in with my family a year later, I realized my family had the bad habits as well. Because for us, we had comfort food, obviously. Everybody has comfort food that you turn to. It makes you feel good. But ours wasn't necessarily a food. Our comfort was going out to eat. And it wasn't even the going out portion, as it was just getting food from someplace else rather than cooking at home. And so that's what we did. Every special occasion we had, whether it be birthdays or holidays, we would get the family together and we'd go out to eat. Graduation, you name it, we would go out to eat. Sunday after church, we would go out to eat. It was what we looked forward to. Had a good day, let's go out to eat. Let's go, even if it's just getting a pizza or some Whataburger. Let's go celebrate. We had a good day. It's Friday. We survived the week. Let's go out to eat, and you associate those good time feelings and those happy feelings with going out to eat, because you do it all the time. So then it becomes a habit, and then you have bad days. You had a real bad day, and you don't know how to make yourself feel better. And you think, well, what has always made me feel better before? Well, going out to eat. Let's go out to eat. That'll make me feel better. Let's go get Whataburger. I'll feel better then. And so these habits started enduring from age 9 up. I am 40 years old. I turned 40 on August 1st. I turned 40. And I decided I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. It's I have some really great kids that I am raising, and I'm getting to see them get older. I have a 22, almost 23-year-old. I've got a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and two 11-year-olds. And I surely intend on seeing them do all the things that they want to do in this life. And I don't intend on dying young. And so I have to get healthier. And I know this. And this is my goal. So after I turned 40, I had to get myself in the mental space to start this journey. It took me about a month and a half. And towards the end of September, I decided to start working on it. The question is, what do you do? Because I've hired trainers. I've had gym memberships. You name it, I've done it. I've done the diets. I've done the South Beach diet. I've done the Atkins diet. I've done the cabbage soup diet. And they're all just a means to get you to a certain point, and then you just end up gaining it all back. It doesn't work. So then they say, well, just count your calories. It's a healthy lifestyle. So that's what I did. The best thing that worked out for me, it wasn't Weight Watchers, it wasn't Jenny Craig, it wasn't any of that stuff. It was counting my calories and being accountable for what I was bringing in. So the last time that I truly lost weight, and it wasn't anywhere near what I'm doing now, but the last time that I actually lost weight was when I had a gym membership at the athletic club in Corpus, and I had a trainer that was there that I met with twice a week, and I was eating 1,800 calories. I was limiting myself to 1,800 calories a day, and I would give myself a cheat day here, once a week at least. I was still drinking. I was still doing all the things that I did, and I lost weight, but I didn't lose very much. I didn't see, I did that for 6 months, 4 or 6 months, somewhere around there. And I didn't see anything that got me excited and said, oh, okay, this is working out. Nah, it became monotonous and boring, and it just didn't do anything for me. And so I dropped it, because what's the point, right? Why am I going to continue paying this amount of money for a gym membership, this amount of money for a trainer, this amount of money to eat healthy food, which, by the way, is not the cheapest thing to do. It's cheaper to eat fat food and bad food than healthy food. Give it a shot. Why would I spend all my money on this? I've got kids that I need to spend money on. I might as well eat what they're eating. Hamburger Helper and ramen noodles and all sorts of stuff. I mean, we're all in the same household. I might as well. That's a bad way of thinking, but that's what I did. And I continued gaining weight. I think as of pandemic time, 2020, I think it was April 2020, I was weighing at 350 pounds I was at. And I carried it on, and I carried it on. When I started this journey at the end of September, I was at 315. As of right now, I'm at 259. From the end of September to now, 259. 315 to 259. That's a drop. That's a drop, but I'm in the right mental space. If you're not in the right mental space, you'll never get past it. At least that's for me. I mean, I don't know if that's the same for everybody else. But for me, I have to be in the right mental space. I have to be prepared. And now I'm all about it. and I'm seeing great reward from it. I'm seeing a lot of good progress, and now I've come too far to say, screw it, go back to the way it was. I can't. This is my life now. This is what I'm about, and so this is what I'm doing. It's tough because I'm on Instagram trying to learn more about it, and there's tons of Instagram coaches because now the money is not locally anymore. You don't want to meet with people locally, especially since the pandemic. So now Instagram coaches have reached out nationally, globally. They can assist you, right? But you have to pay for the program. So what do? I YouTube it. And that's the program that I pay for. I pay for YouTube Premium. I get all of my information from different people on there as far as how to eat, what to eat, how to set up these healthy habits that I'm trying to set up. And I finally reached the point where I've set up some healthy habits. I'm drinking black coffee. I never thought I'd drink black coffee. That's disgusting. But I've cut out pretty much all sugars, and I didn't think that was a possibility. I was a big fanatic of breads and pastas, everything high carbs. Like I was all about carbs. And I've cut out a lot of carbs. Now, I've had Instagram coaches tell me, well, don't do that. Don't cut out your carbs. That's not the way to do it. You can lose weight while having a healthy lifestyle and still eating what you want. I agree. I agree with that completely. But right now, what I need is something to help me establish healthy habits. And that's what a lot of these Instagram coaches don't understand. Because most of them have been skinny their entire life. Maybe they haven't been fit. Maybe they haven't been muscular their entire life, but they've always been skinny. They've never been fat. And so how can you properly tell somebody and give them proper advice and tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. That's not going to work. No. You can't do that because you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to reprogram your brain from a young child all the way up to break those habits. It's hard. It's a difficult thing to do. And that is probably one of my biggest challenges. And I'm getting better about it. I have established some really, really great and healthy habits that I could possibly get out of because it's only been like 4 months. But I'm keeping it up and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing the gym every day. I'm going to keep eating healthy. I'm going to keep starting my day off by walking a mile. I'm going to keep doing the things that I'm doing until it's ingrained, until it's automatic. Right now it's not automatic, but it's getting there. I'm almost there. It's shaping up to be there, to where I don't have to bemoan myself and go, oh God, I don't want to go. It really is it's a difficult journey. And for anybody who's gone on it, it's a difficult journey for anybody who's attempted it and couldn't do it. But I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You can do it. If I'm sitting here doing it, you can do it. It's hard, but life is hard. You know what else is hard? Saving money, paying your bills. That's hard. Everything about life is hard. Raising kids is hard. Going to school is hard. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life, it's gonna be hard. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle you lead. Life is hard. And the last thing I want to do is walk up to my kids and have to explain to them why I quit something because it was hard. I'm supposed to be their example. And for me to quit something because it was hard, it's not going to work. I'm not going to do it. So Yeah, you can do it. You just need a jumping off point. You get past the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks are going to be a mental battle all the time, just battling it out. You feel yourself laying in bed and it's like, I don't want to get up. It's cold. I'm under my blankets where it's warm. I don't want to get up at 4:30, which I do, by the way. I'm up by 4:30 in the morning so I can be walking a mile by 5. Do I need to do that? No. I force myself to do it. Because if I can get myself mentally disciplined to do that, what else can I do? What else can I get myself to do? So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the person I'm trying to be, and it's hard, we live in a time where everything is incredibly expensive. You want to eat healthy? It's incredibly expensive. It takes a lot more than just walking into the produce section and buying whatever you want there. You need well-balanced diet. You need protein. You need, if you want to build muscles, you need to have good protein intake. You need to eat a well-balanced meal that has lots of greens in it. You need to drink lots of water. Well, guess what? I just moved into a house that has extremely hard water. I got to buy bottled water to drink. In a house full of kids that drink water. So we're fighting over bottles of water. Everything is expensive. And then if you want to work out, yeah, you can do workouts at home without weights. But, if you want workout equipment, that's expensive. And thanks to the pandemic, everything's skyrocketed when it comes to fitness equipment. Hell, dumbbells were going for large, vast amounts of cash. It's ridiculous. Everybody's trying to make a buck. We're all on the same journey, you and I. We're all on the same journey. We're trying to better ourselves, trying to better our finances, better our lives, better the people that we are. And it's not easy. Nobody said it would be. But am I happy? Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy. Every time I have to work out, am I happy? No. There's days that I show up and I am not feeling it. There's days that I'm walking on the treadmill looking at every single minute that passes going, this is taking forever. There are times where I feel so sore that I don't want to get out of bed. But I do. Because after it's all said and done, I feel great. I feel great about myself. I feel great about how I look, which is something that I've never felt good about. I feel active. It's nice. It's a really good space that I'm in, and it's where I need to stay. Now, some people have asked me what I utilize. Tracking is big for me. I use a lot of tracking. The Apple Watch, I hate wearing watches. I haven't worn one since high school. I am not one for wearing watches. My wife got me an Apple Watch, and this thing has been the best thing around. It helps track my fitness. It helps me track the amounts of time that I'm working out. It helps me track how many calories I'm burning. It's just all around. It's great. It's highly recommended. Maybe if you don't like Apple, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure there's Fitbits and other pieces of equipment that you can utilize for Android. But the fitness tracking in watch form, it helps. It helps keep you on track. I use the Lose It app. I used to use MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal was just way too expensive, and I went to Lose It app. Lose It does the exact same thing as MyFitnessPal. It's a food tracking system. You track your calories. You can track how much water you drink. You can track what you're eating. You can scan the barcodes of the foods and put it in there, serving sizes. You create recipes, and it breaks down, your macros, the carbs, the fats, the proteins, the whole nine. And at like an eighth of the price of MyFitnessPal. It's just totally worth it. Totally worth it. And then they just added on intermittent fasting clock on that same app. So now, not only am I tracking what I'm eating throughout the day, but I'm tracking when I start my intermittent fasting clock, because that's what I'm doing. I'm intermittent fasting. So I'll normally start that clock about 8 o'clock at night, and I won't eat till about noon. On a busy day, it'll probably be 1:30. I refuse to eat lunch until I've worked out during my lunch period. So we have a fitness center here in our offices. I just grab my bag and I walk over there. I'm there for like an hour and a half. And after a good workout, I come back and I break my fast with whatever it is I brought for lunch. It is working out for me. And it is highly recommended, if you're trying to find a place to start. These were the best places to start for me. As time went on, I downloaded a progression app that I could keep track of my measurements with, because I have to see decrease. I have to see progress, because if I don't see it, I'm going to get discouraged. And I see it. It's great. So everybody out there in social media land, just know, if you take away anything from this, I am struggling. There's a lot of people struggling, but we're doing it. And you can do it too if you need to. I hope everybody's having a good end of the year. Be safe, stay warm, stay dry. I'll see you next year.